Hi, this is Rocco Beatrice, Managing Director for Estate Street Partners, and the subject today is Medicaid. How do I avoid the spend-down provisions down to the last $2,000? Well, Medicaid basically is for individuals that can't afford any other type of health care, therefore they ask the government, when they have to go into a nursing home, to pay for the expenses. As we all know, Medicaid is extremely complex. They have a 5-year look-back provision. And basically, if you have any assets, you got to spend it down. So how to hide these type of assets from Medicaid spend down typically involves you planning way ahead, at least 60 months ahead. Now, some of the common mistakes that we see is that mom and dad dies, mom puts one of the children as a joint tenant on the house. That is a huge mistake. What happens if the child gets sued? What happens if the child gets divorced? So essentially they gave the house to the child, or the stocks, the bonds, the cash to the child. And if it's within the 5-year provision, the 5-year look back, all of these assets have to be brought back. So you could be sitting on a stretcher in front of a nursing home door, and they're not going to let you in until you promise to pay. And if you're the child that received the bank account with $200,000 in cash, where we thought that you're not going to be part of this Medicaid spend down provision, or the state coming after you once the person dies in the nursing home, well, you'll be dead wrong. And planning for Medicaid has to be done early. Right now, it's 60 months. But I read a couple of articles from the Cato Institute that for real estate, they're going to try to push back at least 10 years for gifts, for cash. So essentially, this thing is going to be moved way ahead. Some other common mistakes is to give away the money, give away the house, give it to the child, gifting it. Buying a piece of real estate for which the children are going to buy, giving them the down payment, doing a life estate. One of the most common problems attorneys are making today is to get this grantor retained annuity trust, or grantor retained trust, whereby the house is put in a trust for 10 years. After the 10 years, the parents are going to be paying rent. Well, I think that is not going to avoid. The problem is this, is that a grantor retained trust, that's it. You have retained the right to live there. If you have retained the right to do anything, the whole thing is a sham, because you have retained an interest, or you have retained an interest in your child's home. Your children can't afford a house, or what do? You sell your house and you move in with them, and you give them the down payment, or you essentially buy a room from them. These type of things are common mistakes that are made when planning for Medicaid. Medicaid is extremely complex. Please call our office. Visit our website. Thank you. Rocco Beatrice.